This kid jumped 25 feet, 6.5 inches, Bill. Broke his brother's record.
Do you think maybe he could jump over that Southern Cal line?
He led the conference in TDs. Only there's one problem, Bill.
Oh, you mean the Trojans have already got him?
No. No, he's a colored boy. I heard somebody squawking about giving colored boys too many athletic scholarships.
Colored boys are all right with me if they're the right color.
The right color?
I like a good, clean American boy with a B average. That's the kind of a boy you're talking about. His colors are blue and gold.
UCLA colors, huh?
That's right, and you can tell it to Robinson for me.
Some motion pictures entertain us, others inspire us, and then there are films that transcend the screen and become part of history itself. The Jackie Robinson story, released in 1950, is one of those extraordinary films. The screenplay was written and developed by sports writer Arthur Mann, who was a personal assistant to Branch Rickey and had a front row seat to Robinson and his upcoming with the Brooklyn Dodgers. Released just 3 years after Jackie Robinson shattered Major League Baseball's color barrier, this remarkable motion picture wasn't simply based on true events. It was history brought to life by the man who lived it. In one of the boldest casting decisions Hollywood had ever made, Jackie Robinson portrayed himself, becoming one of the first professional athletes to tell his own story on the silver screen, at a time when America was still deeply divided by segregation. The Jackie Robinson story arrived with a message that reached far beyond the baseball diamond. It was a story of courage in the face of hatred, dignity under relentless pressure, and one man's determination to change a game, and in doing so, help change a nation. But what makes this film truly extraordinary is what happened behind the camera. From convincing Jackie Robinson to relive some of the most painful moments of his life, to recreating historic baseball games only a few years after they occurred, the production faced unique challenges unlike any other sports film of its era. Many of the people portrayed on screen had actually lived through these events, making authenticity not just a goal, but a responsibility. In today's video, we'll step behind the scenes of this groundbreaking production to explore how the Jackie Robinson story was made, the fascinating stories from the set, the remarkable decision to cast Robinson as himself, and why this powerful film remains one of the most important sports movies ever produced. So whether you're a lifelong baseball fan, a lover of classic Hollywood, or simply someone who appreciates stories of extraordinary courage, join me as we revisit a motion picture that proved some heroes don't need an actor to tell their story. They simply step in front of the camera and tell it themselves. To understand why the Jackie Robinson story resonated so deeply with audiences, we must first return to one of the most transformative moments in American sports history. On April 15, 1947, Jackie Robinson took the field for the Brooklyn Dodgers, becoming the first African American to play Major League Baseball. in the modern era. It was far more than a baseball game. It marked the beginning of a profound cultural shift. Clyde Sukeforth, portrayed by actor Billy Wayne, he was sent by the Brooklyn Dodgers president Branch Rickey in 1945 to evaluate Robinson's playing ability and temperament with the Kansas City Monarchs, played a vital foundational role in integrating Major League Baseball by scouting Robinson himself and facilitating his historic meeting with Branch Rickey and initially managing him on the field. Unlike typical undercover scouts, Sukeforth was instructed to openly identify himself to Robinson and arrange the pivotal secret meeting with Rickey in Brooklyn. On April 15, 1947, it was Sukeforth himself who officially wrote Robinson's name into the Major League lineup card.
You got a girl, Jackie?
Well, I don't know.
What do you mean, you don't know?
Traveling around all the time and not riding as often as I should. I think I still have a girl.
Good. You'll need one. You know why we brought you here?
No, sir. Not exactly. But I heard you were starting a colored ball team. Is that it?
No. You were brought here to play with the Brooklyn organization. Montreal, to start with.
Me? Play for Montreal?
I want to win pennants, and we need ball players. The war set us back a little. So 3 years ago, the Brooklyn Dodger management decided to scout untapped sources of supply. Mexico, Cuba, all the Latin American countries, and our own country, too. That right, Clyde?
From coast to coast.
Yes, for players who can help us win. Many of the men we saw were good. Some had great promise, like you. You think you can do it, Jackie? Make good and organized baseball?
If I got the chance.
There's more here than just playing. I wish it just meant runs and hits and errors, the things you can see in a box score. A box score. You know, a box score is really democratic, Jackie. It doesn't say how big you are or how your father voted in the last election or what church you attend. It just tells you what kind of a ball player you were that day.
Well, isn't that what counts?
It's all that ought to count, and maybe someday it's all that will count. That's why we brought you here. I want to see if we can make a start in that direction. It'll take a lot of courage.
Yeah, it sure will.
It might take more courage for the organization than for you, Jackie. Have you thought of that?
I haven't thought of anything. It's all so sudden. Kind of hits me straight between the eyes.
Just relax, boy. There's plenty of time. Pull up a chair. Make yourself comfortable.
Thanks.
We're tackling something big here, Jackie. If we fail, no one will try again for 20 years. But if we succeed...
If we succeed, Brooklyn will win a pennant.
Yes, that too. But we're dealing with rights here. The right of any American to play baseball, the American game. You think he's our boy, Clyde?
Well, he can run, he can hit, and he can field.
But can he take it?
That I don't know.
What do you think, Jackie?
Well, I can try.
Think you've got guts enough to play the game no matter what happens? They'll shout insults at you. They'll come into your spikes first. They'll throw at your head.
They've been throwing at my head for a long time, Mr. Rickey.
Suppose I'm a player in the heat of an important game. Suppose I collide with you at second base, and when I get up, I say, you dirty black so-and-so. What do you do?
Mr. Rickey, do you want a ball player who's afraid to fight back?
I want a ball player with guts enough not to fight back. You got to do this job with base hits, stolen bases, and fielding ground balls, Jackie. Nothing else. Now I'm playing against you in a World Series, and I'm hot-headed. I want to win this game. So I go into you spikes first. You jab the ball in my ribs, and the umpire says out. I flare. All I can see is your black face, that black face right over me. So I haul off and punch you right in the cheek. What do you do?
Mr. Rickey, I've got two cheeks.
Good. You under contract with the Black Panthers?
No, sir, we don't have contracts.
Hey, any agreement, verbal or written, about how long you'll play with them?
No, sir, none at all.
All right. Clyde will give you a contract before you leave. Don't sign it right away. This is a very important move. Think it over carefully. Is your mother living?
Yes, sir, she's in California.
Call her up. Ask her advice. We'll pay the phone bill.
Yes, sir.
And Jackie, remember one thing. No matter what happens on the ball field, you can't fight back. That's going to be the hard part. You can't fight back. Ellen, get Jackie Robinson's home in Pasadena, California.
I'm from California. I came to New York yesterday to see Branch Rickey.
Ricky? Do you mean, Mr. Rickey, the baseball man?
Yes. I'm a ball player, Reverend. I've just learned that the Brooklyn Dodgers have been scouting Negro ball players for a couple of years. And Mr. Rickey thinks I'm good enough to... Well, Reverend, it just means that a colored man will be able to play on the same field with a white man for the first time.
Who goes out to these ballparks, Jackie? Just white men?
No. Anybody can buy a ticket, Reverend, colored or white.
Tell me, Jackie, what do you think would actually happen if you were to get out on a white baseball field?
I don't know. They might call me names. They might even beat me up.
I don't mean what would happen to you, Jackie. I mean, what would happen to the colored people?
Might start fights. Might even start a riot.
That's true. On the other hand, every step forward for our people has started a fight somewhere. For the time being, anyhow. This is a big thing you have to decide, Jackie. And not just for you alone. It's a big thing for the whole colored people.
I know. That's why I came to you for help.
A great deal depends upon you, Jackie. What kind of a man you are.
Hey, Robinson, I would like to ask you a few questions.
Do you think there's going to be any trouble?
He means trouble with the other players.
Trouble? The only trouble I'm worried about, ground ball to my right.
You think you're good enough to make the Dodgers?
Don't know if I can make Montreal. Better concentrate on that first.
What are you going to do if a pitcher throws a dust at your head?
Same as you'd do, duck.
What are you sports writers doing up at this hour of the morning? Walking in your sleep?
We thought we'd take a look at your new ball player, Clay.
We'll take a look at him playing ball, not flapping his mouth with you guys. All right, Robinson, get out there. Throw a few. Loosen up your arm.
Yes, Mr. Hopper.
Mr. Hopper, do you think baseball will accept a colored second baseman?
First, let's see if I will.
Robinson carried the hopes of millions on his shoulders while enduring relentless hostility from opposing teams, hostile crowds, and even some of his own teammates. Through it all, he displayed extraordinary restraint, courage, and determination. Those experiences became the emotional foundation of the Jackie Robinson story. Rather than dramatizing his life decades later, the filmmakers chose to tell his story while it was still unfolding. The memories were still fresh, the emotions were real, and the significance of Robinson's achievements was already being recognized across the country. What made the production truly remarkable, however, was its most daring decision. Instead of casting a Hollywood star to portray Jackie Robinson, the filmmakers asked Robinson to play himself. It was an unprecedented choice. While athletes had occasionally appeared in motion pictures before, rarely had a figure of Robinson's stature been asked to create the defining moments of his own life. For Robinson, the experience was both exciting and deeply personal. Many of the scenes required him to revisit moments of humiliation, isolation, and discrimination that he had only recently endured. Every game recreated, every confrontation, and every quiet moment of reflection carried an authenticity that no actor, no matter how talented, could have fully captured. The filmmakers understood that audiences weren't simply watching a biography. They were witnessing history told by the man who had lived it. The authenticity became the film's greatest strength and helped distinguish it from every sports movie that had come before. Yet, bringing Jackie Robinson's remarkable journey to the screen required more than authenticity. It demanded a production that could faithfully recreate one of the most important chapters in American history. Behind every baseball sequence, every packed stadium, and every locker room conversation was a dedicated team determined to honor Robinson's legacy with honesty and respect. Much of the film was shot on location, including scenes at authentic baseball stadiums that helped recreate the atmosphere of Robinson's unforgettable rookie seasons. Rather than relying entirely on elaborate studio sets, the production embraced real ballparks whenever possible, giving the film a documentary-like authenticity that audiences immediately recognized. To ensure the baseball sequences looked genuine, Jackie Robinson required very little coaching. After all, he wasn't portraying a baseball player, he was simply being himself. His natural athleticism, effortless swing, lightning-fast base running, and graceful fielding brought a realism to the screen that no actor could have replicated. Actress Ruby Dee, who portrayed Jackie Robinson's wife, Rachel Robinson, provided the emotional heart of the film. Although she and Robinson had never worked together before, the two developed a natural chemistry that reflected the strength, love, and resilience of the Robinsons' real-life marriage. Dee's performance reminded audiences that Jackie's success was never achieved alone. Rachel's unwavering support was an essential part of his journey. Behind the camera, director Alfred E. Green understood that the film's greatest strength wasn't spectacle, it was sincerity. Rather than embellishing Robinson's story with unnecessary melodrama, Green allowed the historical events and the performances to speak for themselves. The result was a film that balanced exciting baseball action with quiet, deeply personal moments of perseverance and hope. Perhaps the production's greatest challenge, however, wasn't technical, it was emotional. For Jackie Robinson, stepping in front of the camera meant reliving some of the most painful experiences of his life. Scenes depicting racial abuse, exclusion, and hostility were not distant memories. They had occurred only a short time before filming began. Yet, Robinson approached each moment with the same dignity and quiet determination that had defined his historic career, giving the film an honesty that continues to resonate with audiences more than 75 years later. When the Jackie Robinson story premiered in 1950, audiences weren't simply attending another Hollywood premiere, they were witnessing the life of an American hero unfold before their very eyes. The film arrived at a pivotal moment in the nation's history. Segregation still divided much of the United States, and the struggle for civil rights was far from over. By placing Jackie Robinson's story on the big screen, the filmmakers introduced millions of moviegoers to a powerful message of perseverance, equality, and hope. Critics praised the film for its sincerity and emotional impact, but perhaps its greatest achievement was its authenticity. There was no need for Hollywood embellishment. Robinson's extraordinary journey from the Negro Leagues to the Brooklyn Dodgers, and from the relentless discrimination to national admiration, was compelling enough on its own. Today, it remains the only major motion picture in which Jackie Robinson portrays himself. Every swing of the bat, every stolen base, every determined stride across the diamond belongs not to an actor recreating history, but to the man who made history. That alone gives the Jackie Robinson story a place unlike any other sports film ever produced. Jackie Robinson's influence, however, reached far beyond baseball. His courage opened doors for generations of athletes who followed, forever changing professional sports in America. More importantly, his quiet dignity in the face of hatred became a defining chapter in the broader struggle for civil rights. Long before the landmark victories of the 1950s and 60s, Robinson demonstrated the character, perseverance, and moral courage could challenge even the deepest injustices. More than 75 years after its release, the Jackie Robinson story remains both a remarkable motion picture and an invaluable historical document. It reminds us that some victories are measured not by the final score, but by the barriers they break and the lives they forever change. As we round third base and head for home, we're reminded that the Jackie Robinson story is far more than a classic baseball film. It is a tribute to a man whose courage forever changed America's pastime and helped inspire a nation to confront its own conscience. Jackie Robinson once said, "A life is not important except in the impact it has on other lives." Few individuals have lived those words more completely. His legacy cannot be measured by batting averages, stolen bases, or championships alone, but by the countless lives he touched and the doors he opened for generations who followed. Nearly 75 years after the film's release, the Jackie Robinson story continues to remind us that the true greatness is not found simply in athletic achievement, but in the strength to stand for what is right when the world stands against you. It is a timeless portrait of perseverance, dignity, and hope, qualities that remain just as powerful today as they were in 1950. Thank you for joining me on this journey through one of Hollywood's most inspiring classics. Until our next adventure through cinema history, keep celebrating the films that tell stories worth remembering, and I'll see you at the movies.
In the last half of the second inning, Robinson gets the first hit out 4. It's a homer into the left field stand.